The kitchen was bathed in the soft golden haze of a Saturday morning. Silence held the house in a gentle embrace, save for the rhythmic, soothing hum of the refrigerator and the distant, muffled chirping of birds outside. It was Leanne's favorite time of the week, the quiet before the Saturday bustle, before the workshop beckoned with its scent of resin and sawdust, and before the house truly woke up. Sarah was still tucked away in her room, soundly asleep. She had stayed up well past midnight, the laughter and chatter of her friends still echoing faintly in Leanne's memory. It was the carefree, timeless noise of being a teenager, and it made Leanne smile as she moved slowly around the kitchen, savoring the stillness. She didn't rush. She moved with a quiet intention, filling the kettle and listening to the water begin its low, rising hiss. On the counter sat a bowl of fresh fruit, bright yellow bananas, a sliver of papaya, and the rich, dark shade of a ripe soursop. She took her time preparing a simple bowl of porridge, the steam rising in delicate ribbons that curled into the morning light. Leanne pulled her laptop toward her, the screen dark for a moment before she clicked it open. She didn't start typing immediately. Instead, she stared at the words she had written so many times before. Our Catholic Faith Journey. She leaned back, her chair creaking softly against the floor tiles. She traced the letters with her eyes, pondering the weight of them. For years, these words had been her anchor, a testament to the traditions and the liturgy that had shaped her life. But lately, her prayers felt less like rituals and more like a conversation, a raw, unfiltered communion that seemed to transcend the walls of any single building or doctrine. Is it possible, she wondered, to hold the beauty of the faith I know, while opening the door wide enough for anyone to walk through? The screen glowed, reflecting in her eyes. She felt a restlessness that wasn't anxiety, but an expansion. The feeling of a seedling pushing against the soil, ready for more light. She wasn't running away from where she had come from. She was just realizing that the destination was much larger than she had once imagined. The floorboards groaned slightly in the hallway, a familiar, rhythmic tread. Leanne didn't need to turn to know it was Ricardo. He entered the kitchen with that easy, morning grace, his presence instantly making the space feel warmer. He didn't speak right away, sensing the quiet focus she was in. He simply walked to the counter, his hands moving with the practiced familiarity of a man who knew exactly where everything was kept. He pulled a slice of hard dough bread from the sleeve, the crust crackling softly as he buttered it. Only then did he walk over to the nook, pulling out the chair opposite her. He set his breakfast down and looked at her, his eyes warm and attentive. The house is still quiet, Ricardo noted, his voice a low, gentle rumble. Sarah? Dead to the world, Leanne laughed softly. Up late with the girls, giggling and gaming. It sounds like they had a wonderful time. Teenagers? Ricardo chuckled, taking a slow sip of his coffee. He paused, his gaze shifting from her face to the glowing screen of her laptop. He watched her for a moment, observing the way her thumb hovered near the trackpad, the way she seemed to be weighing something heavy in her heart. He knew that look. It was the look of a story being born. You've been staring at that screen for a while now, Leanne. Something on your mind? Leanne looked at him, searching for the right words. She took a breath, the steam from her porridge warming her face. I am Ricardo. I'm thinking about the blog. I'm thinking it's time for a change. Ricardo leaned back, his expression shifting from casual ease to complete, undivided attention. He was her sounding board, the one person who understood the depths of her creative spirit better than anyone else. A change? What kind of change? The name, she said, her voice steadying. Our Catholic Faith Journey. I love where it's brought me, and I cherish the foundation it gave me, but I feel like I'm standing at a gate that I'm supposed to leave unlatched. I'm thinking of changing it to Our Faith Journey. She paused, watching for his reaction. Ricardo didn't interrupt. He simply listened, his fingers tapping a slow, thoughtful rhythm against the side of his mug. Go on, he encouraged softly. Tell me why it's weighing on you. Because I realized something, Leanne continued, her hands gesturing to the air as she searched for clarity. Finding God. It isn't a matter of denominations. It's not about the signs we stand under or the specific pews we sit in. It's about the relationship. When I'm in the workshop, or when I'm talking to God in the quiet of the night, He doesn't ask me for my credentials. He just asks for my heart. If I keep the title so narrow, am I accidentally keeping someone out who just needs to know that God is waiting for them too? Ricardo nodded slowly, his eyes reflecting a deep, proud understanding. You're talking about the essence of it, aren't you? The core, without the layers. Exactly, Leanne said, her heart lightening. It's about Christianity in its simplest, most beautiful form. I'm not turning my back on my traditions, Ricardo. I just want to be able to talk about the love of God in a way that feels like an open invitation. Does that make sense? Ricardo reached out, his hand covering hers on the table. The contact was grounding, a silent affirmation that anchored her. It makes perfect sense, Leanne. In fact, it sounds like the most honest thing you've written yet. This is Ricardo turned his mug in his hands, his gaze drifting to the window where the morning sunlight was beginning to filter through the trees. The silence between them wasn't empty. It was heavy with the weight of the transition Leanne was proposing. You know, Ricardo began, his voice thoughtful and measured. The people who have been following you, they aren't just readers of a title. They're witnesses to your life. They know the way you view the world, and they know the sincerity you put into every piece you write, whether it's for the blog or out there in your workshop. Leanne nodded, her thumb tracing the rim of her bowl. I know, but titles are powerful, Ricardo. They set expectations. For some, Catholic is a safe harbor, a specific set of signposts they recognize and trust. I worry that by removing that, some might feel as if the harbor is suddenly shifting, or that I'm drifting away from the very things that grounded me in the first place. And are you? Ricardo asked, his eyes meeting hers with a gentle, challenging kindness. Drifting away, I mean. Leanne didn't hesitate. Not for a second. If anything, I feel more anchored than ever. It's like I've finally looked past the architecture to see the foundation. I want to share that view. I want to show that faith isn't a building you enter, but a road you walk. But I suppose there's a fear that if I open the gates, I might lose the people who were only looking for a specific type of enclosure. Ricardo leaned forward, his elbows resting on the table. Leanne, look at the work you do with your hands. When you combine resin and wood, you aren't just making a piece for one specific person. You're creating something that speaks to a feeling, a moment, a memory. You've never been about making things that only fit in one corner. This blog is the same. He smiled, a slow, encouraging expression. Think of it this way. For years, you've been building a beautiful room. You've invited people to sit with you in that space, and they've loved the comfort of it. Now you're just opening the windows and the doors. You aren't tearing the house down. If people leave because they only wanted to be in that one specific room, that's their choice. But think of who might be walking by outside, looking for exactly what you have, but afraid to knock because they don't have the right key. By changing the name, you're telling them the door is already unlatched. Leanne felt a sense of relief wash over her. She had been so caught up in the potential for misunderstanding that she had nearly forgotten the purpose of her own voice. You're right, she murmured, feeling the clarity sharpen. It's not about losing the audience. It's about expanding the conversation. I think I've been afraid that if I speak to everyone, I won't be speaking to anyone. But that's a lie, isn't it? Truth is universal. Truth is absolutely universal, Ricardo agreed. And if you're coming from a place of honest, lived experience, which you always are, then the people who matter, the ones who are truly on this journey with you, will recognize that it's the same heart beating behind the words, no matter what name is at the top of the page. He reached over and patted her hand again, his touch a steady rhythm. Besides, you've always been good at bringing people together. Whether it's organizing the neighborhood or bringing life to a piece of driftwood, you have a gift for making things feel like home. This is just a larger home you're building. Leanne looked at him, feeling a deep, abiding gratitude. He was the anchor that allowed her to set sail. I suppose I should stop worrying about the reaction and start thinking about the invitation. How do I welcome them into this new space? You just keep doing what you do, Ricardo said, standing up to clear his spot. You write from the gut. You write from the joy of finding God in the middle of a messy, beautiful life. The name change will just be the sign on the door, but the experience, That's going to be all Leanne. Leanne watched him move toward the sink, his movements fluid and relaxed. She felt a quiet, powerful momentum building within her. The morning felt different now, not just quiet, but full of possibility. The morning light had shifted, moving from the soft, pale glow of early dawn to a more robust, golden hue that filtered through the kitchen curtains. Ricardo, sensing the sacredness of the moment and the gentle, focused energy radiating from Leanne, had squeezed her shoulder one last time before heading toward his home office. He had a few lingering accounts to settle, a quick, quiet task on a Saturday. But he knew that the real work of the day was happening here at the kitchen nook. The house grew even quieter as he retreated, the soft click of his office door acting as a final threshold between the world and Leanne's internal landscape. Leanne sat alone with the hum of the house. She reached for a napkin to dab at her eyes, but a fresh set of tears had already pooled, blurring the cursor blinking on her screen. They weren't tears of grief or hesitation. They were the overflow of a heart that felt like it was finally expanding to hold more than it ever had before. She felt as if she were standing at the edge of a great, beautiful ocean, finally ready to step away from the shoreline she had known her entire life. It wasn't that the shore was bad. It was where she had learned to swim, where she had found her footing. But the deep, vast water was calling. Her fingers trembled slightly as she rested them on the keys. She began to type, each word feeling like a prayer. To my dear friends and fellow travelers, for years I have invited you to walk with me under the banner of a very specific journey. It has been a path filled with tradition, with the beauty of liturgy, and with the steady, comforting rhythm of a faith that felt like home. I have loved that journey. I have loved the pews, the prayers, and the people who stood beside me there. But lately, my heart has been experiencing a shift, a quiet, insistent expansion. In the moments of my greatest joy and my deepest struggles, I have found that when I fall to my knees, God does not look at the label on the door. He simply looks at the posture of my heart. As I sit here this morning, the tears that fall are not from sadness. They are the tears of a heart that is finally breathing deep. I am realizing that finding God isn't about the borders we draw around our worship. It is about the infinite, boundless invitation to be in a relationship with Him. It is about a love that refuses to be contained by a name. This is not a goodbye to the past. It is an opening of a door. I am shifting the name of this space to simply our faith journey. I want this to be a place where we can talk about the raw, unfiltered reality of living for Christ. I want to build a table that is long enough and wide enough for every believer, regardless of where they began or what tradition they hold dear. I want us to talk about the love of God, the mercy of His grace, and the daily, messy, beautiful walk of being a Christian in this world. Thank you for being the witnesses to this evolution. Thank you for walking with me as I learn that the narrow path is not about limitation, but about a focused, singular love. Let us open the windows. Let us step out. Let us see how wide and deep the love of God truly is. With so much love, Leanne stopped typing, her breath hitching in her throat as she read the words back. The screen shimmered through the mist in her eyes. It was vulnerable. It was raw. And for the first time, it felt completely, terrifyingly, wonderfully honest. She leaned back in her chair, the silence of the house feeling heavy and holy. She could hear the faint, rhythmic tapping of keys from Ricardo's office, a steady, comforting sound that told her she wasn't alone in this. She closed her eyes, letting the joy of the transition wash over her, a feeling of freedom so profound it felt like grace itself. She had stepped out of one room and into a garden, and the air here was sweet and entirely new.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of faith and creativity today. We truly appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope this video brought a little extra light to your day. If you enjoyed this, we'd love to have you be a part of our growing family. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new project or conversation. Let's keep the connection going. You can find us here. Facebook, Catholic Faith Journey. Instagram, Our Faith Journey, Zhao J. TikTok, Handcrafted by Leanne. YouTube, ALCD Mold. We are so grateful to have you with us on this path. Until next time, thank you for being here, and we can't wait to welcome you back for our next adventure. With love and gratitude, Leanne, Ricardo, and Sarah.